Hi. Man, 45 seconds, and I didn't realize I was already started. Crazy. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Putting on my lipstick, putting on my rings, making sure that I'm grounded, right?
Surprised because I heard the Daily Mail
So
is in here. Oh, we've got
there we go. Okay.
especially
Okay, what are we doing
especially
here? There we go. Come on in. Let's talk. Um, I know I've already wasted a minute of your time. So sorry. So come on in. We're going to talk a little bit about the astrology, the energies that are coming in right now are pretty crazy, and pretty massive right now. There's mass evacuations in Tehran, craziness, bombing. Trump left the G7, flew back to Washington D.C. It's almost like, the image I got is like, ooh, the cool guy came to the party and now he's left, right? So the cool guy was at the party and now he's left. So it's not a cool party anymore because the cool guy just left. Um, it just, I think the buildup for everything for the G7 and everything, and then it just sort of flatlined. So everything flatlined. Good morning. So I'm finding it very interesting with the energies, and the changes that are coming in. Um, we had two volcanoes erupt. We had one in Indonesia, the other one in Peru. So Peru was in the last 24 hours. Indonesia was today. What else? I mean, Uranus is at 29 degrees. This is like crazy energy, crazy vibrations that are coming in. This is where the moon is in Pisces. And we've done a lot of like spiritually, I feel we have done a lot of work. And as the moon in Pisces, um, it feels like there is this spell. It the moon Pisces, and then it's will conjunct Saturn when it goes into Aries, but it feels like a spell. Um, but it's not the glitter and candles kind of thing. This is a karmic one. This is the one that binds you to your unconscious patterns until you finally see them clearly. So if you're falling for like there is disruption in the world, I'm not going to deny it. Yes, there is. There is craziness that is coming into the world. I'm not going to say there isn't. Mars is coming into Virgo, and everybody thinks, oh, Mars and Virgo is just, so wonderful. We're going to get organized and stuff. It's like, don't play, it's like this innocent energy that's coming in that isn't innocent, right? It's not innocent. This is very elusive. There's a movie where I think it's based on a true story, where this person looks like a little kid and plays off to be a little kid and then gets adopted by this family or something and does some hellish things. It's like you're thinking that this is just a cute little innocent kid, but it's not. There's something more at play that is happening right now. And as this is unfolding for us, we have to really remember all of the work that we have done over the last 14 years, right? So we got to look at everything that you have started and established and worked on. I mean, yesterday, I I did a house clearing for a friend, and in doing this house clearing was really getting me to really come back to some rooted energies, which was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So coming back into that rootedness of that knowingness of who I am and trusting in that, where in the world that is out there right now would want you to play into some kind of game or have you do it a certain way. And I'm just like, no, I'm coming back into some rootedness, into this knowingness of, yeah, this is a part of me. This is a part of me that I know. And this is a part of me that I know I can trust. There's a lot that's coming in that you are thinking that you may be able to trust, but don't. There is such a I told you about a spell a few years ago. This is another greater spell. This is even bigger, right? Because it's going to be totally inflated, especially with Jupiter being in Cancer. So things are going to get inflated, and the extremes are definitely out there. And um, Pisces is the sign of dream, magic, illusions, ancestral ties, and sacred surrender. But when we have this unraveling that's coming in, what are you responsible for in your dream? And that's what you need to look at. And the spell being cast is perhaps more accurately unraveled. So, what kind of spell? This is a spell of revelation, veil lifting, truth spell. I think a lot of people who voted for Carney, elbows up, are finding their knees falling to their knees. That was a whole illusion. That was a total illusion that they fell for, in order to hang on to something that they can't even hang on to. It'll be taken, that grasp, those straws will be taken away from them. There'll be nothing there for them to grasp onto. So this truth spell hidden inside of the emotional undertow. So you may feel like you are being pulled backwards, or like a memory. Feeling old story is trying to seduce you back into victimhood, denial, and passive spirituality. But that is part of the illusion, right? The moon, Saturn, the moon being in there, um, the moon just being in there with nobody there, right? So it's like the only thing that's there is the North Node. Saturn has moved on. Saturn's at just in Pisces, right, or in Aries right now. So it can't hang on to that structure, right? So there's nothing there to grasp onto. And then when it goes into Aries, that's when things are just going to start getting crazy, and things are going to really start to ignite. And this is where things are going to feel, where over the next several years, with um, Saturn and the moon conjuncting it. I think it's 1 degree. Just hang on here. Aries, Saturn, 1 degrees. It's even, this is even more potent. This is a primordial fire, the beginning. This is the breath of creation. So Saturn, the lord of karma, is standing at guard of the gateway and asking you, are you going to hang on to the crazy illusions? Are you going to hang on to the spells that are being pushed upon us at this time? I find it funny just watching the whole thing unveil with the G7, and how it I think, and I even think he said the 50th, and I think it's the 51st. I don't know. Somebody can correct me on that. I heard him say the 50th, but I think it's the 51st, which I thought was kind of funny, because Trump wants us to be the 51st state. It's the 51st G7 summit. So, anyways, that was just a little side, haha. But with Mars coming into that Virgo, is like, it triggers a call for clean precision and integrity, right? Functionality. But it also exposes dysfunction masked as virtue. So people coming in and thinking that, oh, we got it. This is Mars at 0 degrees. It's an analytical degree as well. Can be cutting, especially when pretending to be helpful, right? So this classic shadow Virgo, perfectionism used to control. I mean, that's the dark side of Virgo. Virgo looks like they have it together. Virgos can be very underhand and undercutting. Like they have a reason sometimes for coming into your life, for doing things, some good, some bad. But this is where perfectionism is used to control rather than to serve, right? Wanting to control your life, wanting to make things more easier, more streamlined, right? This is going to make your life so much easier if you do it this way. So things and people that appear to put together or responsible may actually be hiding something manipulative or harmful underneath. So there's a performance of innocence. It's not me, it's them. It's the cloak. It's a real misdeeds. So Mars will put, will pull this curtain apart. It's going to go through there. And it's like it's the soldiers saying, going into a place that looks like it's beautifully set up. And then Mars goes in there and total disruption comes in because it's not perfectly set up. There's deceptions. It's like, those places where they show you in North Korea when people go to North Korea that, you go down these streets and it looks like it's all set up for people to make it look like everything is great, but you pull that all down and there's people starving and they they have the slaves of some of the Muslims and all the craziness that goes on, that some of it that we don't even know about, or we only get glimpses or hear pieces of it. And I feel like that's really what's going on. It's if you talk to, like, you hear the negative things, bad Israel shouldn't be bombing Iran, no, they're just pulling us into a war. Yes, no, there's more to it than that. But there's also the other part where a lot of Iranians are really wanting this. They're wanting to get rid of the government that's there. So they're pleading, they're wanting to be set free. Is this going to be the freedom that they want? We'll see, right? But then the government that's in there now is the same government that was put in there by certain people in this world that put in new governments, right? Take out the old government. Back in 79, how many people fled from Iran, um, and to go into, asylum, like actually fleeing the country, mother and children leaving, not just, men without their families, without, what man leaves their country in a so-called war-torn country and just, oh, I'm going to leave my wife and children here to starve and I'm going to go off like a true man. No, there's, of course, again, that's another political play. That's another scenario part of the play. So I got like the Roman Colosseum, and in the Roman Colosseum, they used to have stages that they used to lift, right, for the performances. They were able to flood it and bring in gators and stuff like that. You've seen them if you watch Gladiators, and that very dramatic performances. We had it. We thought we invented it. No, it was the Romans and the Greeks to do these things. And I feel like these different parts are being elevated. Oh, look over here, and then they fade away for another part to come in. And it is a dramatic play, and it is where people get killed and people, places get demolished, and this is all part of that crazy chaos and restructuring that we are setting ourselves into and going forth into. And it it it's tiring. If you were tired in the last few days, I just wrote a Substack about that. Yeah, we have lists on our fridge, a mile long. I've been working on so many different projects that it feels very overwhelming. It feels very, um at times we're at a point where it's like, oh no, I need to sit down. I sat down and I just passed out, right? Or you just need to lay down and just realign yourself, which is important too. 29 degrees, that's where Taurus is. That's where Uranus is in Taurus. This is shakedown. This is literal shakedown. Hence, 29 degrees. We got volcanoes erupting, right? So we're seeing the erupting. We're seeing these things, the instability of the world, shaking, earthquake. There was where was the earthquake? There was an earthquake as well somewhere. So we have an earthquake happening. We have we have volcanoes erupting. We have, things that are just being crazy. Farmers right now, they're not getting enough water. There's not enough water. So rainfall is a big thing. And then we have the forest fires, the crazy forest fires that are so it feels like this is the end of a lesson a lesson in values embodied with food, money, and security. So it might feel like your body, bank account, or beliefs are being jolted into honesty, right? Where do you want to go? What are your values? What is important to you in your life? And you're being, shaken. So this is unstable comfort zones, and it's erupting. And especially if they've been based on outdated values or unconscious conditions. Uranus wants liberation, but it's electrical and unpredictable. So it's going to make things happen, right? That are uncomfortable. It's putting us in uncomfortable positions that we don't want, but we're being forced to do it. Yet we have to do a gut check, right? You are being asked to listen to your emotions in your body, but to do so, you have to be grounded in compassion, not guilt or overanalyzing. And that's that's the direction, and that's where we're at. So we have these players, these these lovely little players up there, and sending these vibrations and changes down on little old earth, this little speck of dot, this dust, saying, okay, little speck, in this universe, in this dimension that we're at, because we're not able to go off or see the other dimensions, supposedly, even though that they are there. But for us to reach into them and go into them, we have to first make sure that we're grounded in this one, into the reality and understanding this one, not the matrix, and not following for the matrix, but being able to ground ourselves and listen to what's coming in, because it's deeply emotional accountability that's coming in, and you can't numb or float yourself away from it. So you may feel the karmic weight of patterns, especially those related to escapism, martyrdom, to be the martyr, and the unspoken grief. So this is where we're heading into, and this is where we're at. Oh, oh, drama, 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 drama. That's what it is. It's all drama, drama, drama. That's what we're into. Oh, the drama. So as I said to people, crazy things happened to me around the summer solstice. I have broken out in a rash, if you cannot tell, here underneath my left armpit and all the way down my left leg, basically. I don't think I have much on my right. No, my right's pretty good. It's all on my left side of a rash that's there. No, I haven't gone to the doctor. I think I know what caused it, I think. But yeah, so it's down a wee bit from yesterday, so I'll give it another day to see how it goes, and making sure that it doesn't. I know I'm showing you guys my rash. Isn't it gross? Yeah. So is it itchy? Yes. I'm taking some Claritin right now because that's the only thing that won't knock me out, and yeah, and creams. So oh, the drama of it all. Yes, I know. But hey, that's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. But anyways, I'm going to send you guys out so much love. If you are wanting to join my summer series, definitely get a hold of me. It's $100. We have the fall series, which is going to be being advertised soon, along with the Crone Wisdom workshop. That is that 8-week workshop that's going to be coming up in September as well. So we are really moving and shaking and wanting to bring in some new vibrations for people and stepping into that new vibrations. And yeah, I feel pretty positive about this, and the movements, and coming back and really coming into some really positive groundings into our lives. So everybody, have a fabulous day. I will probably post a few more things coming in and out here and there, and throughout the day, but probably won't be on as much. I don't know. We'll see. I say that, and then I'm just posting like a little squirrel. It's because it's all coming down. So have a blessed one, everybody, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Right. I'm gonna see if I can do another TikTok. Maybe I'll be on TikTok tomorrow. So if you're following me on TikTok, I'll see if I can get on there and give you a little bit more of the 411 of the cray cray of the world. Bye bye. Talk to you soon. Blessings.